HBO Harry Potter series is looking for their Severus Snape, who is a thin man with greasy black hair, a large hook nose, sallow skin, and cold black eyes. Yeah, this Severus looks like he's got a skincare routine and a SoundCloud link. They told us this would be the most faithful representation of the books we could ever want. We're 0 for 1, and we ain't even made it past the casting sheet. I don't even know what to say at this point. But before we get too much into it, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Chase, and this is Cut to the Chase with me, Chase. And if you like this video, please go down and like it. If you have not yet already, please subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notification, so that way you're always reminded when a new video drops. All right, guys. I'm going to be real. I'm not the hugest fan of Harry Potter. I like the movies. They're fine, and I enjoy them. But what really gets my goat with this is I hate the race swapping. And they're out here race swapping Severus Snape like he's auditioning for a buddy cop movie with Hagrid. This has nothing to do with being accurate to the source material or anything like that. What you are seeing is pure DEI at its finest. And I feel like what makes this egregious is that it seems as though society is now trying to move past this. And there seems to be this feeling of, wow, we went through that. That wasn't cool. This whole DEI stuff. We seem to have this 2020 lens that we can look back and say, yeah, that actually wasn't very cool. We should move away from that. And then we get stuff like this, where it's just this stark reminder that no, we're still in the thick of it. And it's just annoying. Because here's the thing I want to point out. Nobody is getting angry when Squid Game comes out and it's literally all Korean people, except for that one Middle Eastern guy. Oh, well, it's a Korean show. Okay, what does that matter? Even more to my point, why does it have to be all Koreans? I don't even want to have that argument because I think it's a stupid argument, because I'm fine with Squid Game being mainly all Koreans. But it seems that when the use of diversity comes in, what that actually means is we need less white people. And I want to make this perfectly clear. I don't hold any grudges or malice towards Papa Esidu. He's basically being guaranteed 10 years of work. I mean, who's going to say no to that? I don't fault him in that regard. Would it be cool if he stood on principle and said, no, I'm not doing this? Yes, it would. It would be awesome. But not everybody is like that, and I don't knock him for it. And one thing I thought that is really cool that I didn't know before I started researching into this is that Snape is actually based off a real person. His name is, John Nettleship. And he was J.K. Rowling's chemistry teacher. And he looks exactly, this is him right here. This is him. He looks exactly like Snape. You could literally buy autographed copies of the book with his signature in it. And then you can go look at J.K. Rowling's first sketches of Snape and what he looked like. And it's completely obvious that he's a white character. And for those that say, oh, well, race doesn't really matter if it's not really that important to the story. First off, I don't agree with that regardless, because again, race is a core component of somebody's character. It just is. Where the problem comes in is when you start holding that against somebody. For example, with Snape, it adds a whole new dynamic to when Snape is getting bullied. For example, how are they going to handle the situation when James Potter is bullying Severus Snape and he's hanging him in a tree? I don't have to say anything more. You just thought about it. It adds a whole new racial component that isn't there at all in the books and was never supposed to be there, but by virtue of race swapping, it adds that whole racial component. And for me, that just hurts the integral plot of the story. Or you have a little white boy in Harry Potter that's holding this grudge and blaming this black man for all of his problems. All right? It's different. Now, granted, that's to assume that Harry Potter will be white. I don't know at this point. Who knows? Who knows where they're going with that? Who knows? Maybe we might get Harleen Potter. I don't know. It's anything's up for grabs at this point. And then, of course, the gaslighting of the fans is going to come, that the reason this show is going to fail or is failing is because the fans are a bunch of racists and they don't like this and don't like that and all the nonsense that comes with that. It is a tale as old as time. Now, a big question would be, is there ever a time for race swapping? Chase, is it ever allowed? And to that, I say absolutely. There is a time and a place for race swapping. In fact, I would be the biggest proponent of race swapping, even gender swapping. Chase, what are you talking about? What on earth could this be? Musicals. I feel like musicals, you should be able to cast whoever, whatever you want into roles. Because I feel like musicals aren't serious. And so I feel like you could have anybody playing any role. It doesn't matter. Like, that's how I feel about it. So if you want to make a Harry Potter musical and you want just the rainbow of colors in Harry Potter and all sorts of role, gender swapping, race bending, whatever, you go right ahead. You will get no complaints from me on that. Now, I know my audience is very smart and doesn't fall for these virtue signaling tropes that companies like to do. But regardless, I want to go over some comments that people are saying on X because the drama over there is hilarious. So let's look at what some people are saying. Lily says, if you're saying the way Snape looks isn't important, Harry Potter might be at a reading level that is too high for you. Or you might be a tourist and never read them. And she's absolutely right. I just talked about it. Nicole Arbor, you're telling me a black man was the closest actor they could find to Snape in the whole world? He has a literal clone just walking about, and you guys cast a black guy. Now, who she's referring to right there is Adam Driver, which that's been the name that has been thrown around more than anybody that I've seen or heard. And I can't agree more. Like, he looks the part. Like, absolutely. I'm sure he would like a 10-year deal to be on a TV series. Plus, Adam Driver's cool. I like Ryan Cannell. HBO told fans this would be a faithful adaptation of the books. Race swapping, one of the most complex and important characters in Snape, is not faithful to the books. It is BS. And the quotation here is, HBO has described its Harry Potter as a faithful adaptation that will feature a new cast to lead a new generation of fandom full of the fantastic detail and much loved characters Harry Potter fans have loved for 25 years. Abby Libby, the casting of Papa Estidu as Severus Snape is blatant DEI nonsense. And America is beyond over it. Can't agree more. Seriously, we are. Every single Harry Potter fan wanted Adam Driver. Hollywood is actively committing suicide in spite of its audience. And the last one here, my favorite, Alfred Spector. Goodness gracious, someone murdered Dumbledore. Who could have done this? Everyone looks at Black Snape. Oh, that's just hilarious. It's perfect. It's perfect. But tell me what you guys think. Let me know down in the comments. Do you guys like this casting choice? You like, Chase, get over it. It's 2025. Get with the times. Or do you think this is just nonsense and it needs to be scrapped immediately in favor of actually sticking to the source material? And if you have not yet already, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell for notifications. And as always, guys, peace out.